So this is for phase one and in person in the ATR exercise that we can do together. I think this one's better to do in the ATR because you can actually watch them and make sure they're monitoring their range of motion and making sure they're not going outside of the range of motion that they're supposed to. So the exercises that we're going to be doing are active assisted shoulder ranges of motion. For flexion, they're only allowed to go to about 90 degrees for phase one. For abduction, they're only allowed to go to about 75 to 80 degrees. External rotation, they're only allowed to go to about 25 degrees. And then for internal rotation, they're allowed to go to about 60 degrees. So this is something that you can do in person. I have a nice pipe here that can help assist with the range of motion, making it a little bit easier for them to move. So the first one we're gonna do is shoulder flexion. So you're gonna have one hand in the front, one hand in the back. The hand in the back is going to be the one doing all the pushing and all the motion. The front hand is just going to be the guide. So it's just guiding them up into that flexion. So you'd go until you hit probably about shoulder level, that's about 90 degrees, and then you'd have them come back down. So that's flexion. For abduction, you would have them go out to the side. So again, that back hand over there is going to be the one doing all the motion, doing all the pushing, where this hand is going to be just guided. So she can go to about 75, 80 degrees and then has to come back down. Okay? So that's active assisted abduction. And then the other two we can do at this point is internal rotation and external rotation at 0. So she would hold like this. We'll put a bolster right in between her forearm and body so that she has a little cushion to go into. And then for external rotation, she can only go out a little bit. She can only go out about 15 degrees, and then she has to come back in. Good? And then for internal rotation, she can go to about 60. So again, same idea. That back hand's the one really pulling it, while that front hand is just being the guide right there. Good. And then obviously if they're having pain, you can decrease that range of motion. Obviously we want to try to push to that end range that they're allowed to go to, but especially in the beginning, we start super easy and then we can see how far we can push them in the desired range that they're supposed to.